If you have looked at the title of this video, you know what's up. The highly anticipated MMO of Amazon Game Studios, New World, has been delayed again. This time to the spring of 2021. So what's going on here? Just 13 days before me and some other players were about to enter the beta, a blog post and an email went out that the game was going to be delayed. For me, this was a big bummer. I already took 3 days off work to play through the beta and create videos for it. So I had to cancel those 3 days and got them back. But from what I've understood, other people weren't so lucky. Amazon Game Studios stated that the content in the game was way too thin for a release in August. Feedback from alpha testers made it clear that the game would not be good enough if they were to release in about a month. The game was especially lacking content in the mid and end game parts. This might have to do with the fact that Amazon Game Studios did a 180 on their core philosophy of the game, from a fully PvP focused game to a more accessible PvE and PvP focused game. Even our Guild Wars 2 buddy, Mighty Teapot, stated that the game was way too thin in terms of content and this was a good decision. But I had a week to think about all of this and still my opinion hasn't changed. First, New World gets delayed in May due to the global pandemic, which is completely justified of course. It was difficult for them to work remotely on such a big project and this is completely understandable. But now, 3 or 4 months later, we have a second delay, just 13 days before the beta was about to start. And not just with another 3 or 4 months, but with at least 8 months. If I told a client at my job that he would have to wait multiple months before we could finish a project when we already delayed it, I think he might not be too happy, especially if we notify the client less than 2 weeks before that date. Don't get me wrong here, if a game is not done, don't release it, seriously. But if this was a known issue, then this could have been foreseen in May, right? Why didn't they say, hey, the game is far from done, sorry, we have to delay it with another year? That would make more sense than first delaying the game for 3 months and then for another 8 months. Maybe the alpha feedback should have been taken into consideration much earlier. But hey, I'm not an alpha player and many of us aren't. I understand the perspective of Amazon Game Studios and that of the alpha players. But there are a ton of players that really looked forward to this game and have not played it or have seen much from the game. We do not have the opportunity to look behind the scenes like alpha players do. The only leads we have to go on are alpha players, which are under NDA and cannot talk about much, and Amazon Game Studios. Another game that Amazon Game Studios made, Crucible, had to get back into beta since it did not match the expectations of their audience. And I think they were afraid that this would happen to New World too. Some games might not even recover from this. All in all, I understand their decision and I support Amazon Game Studios. But just looking at a few tweets, you see that some customers are losing trust in the game. This is of course the vocal minority. But there are people that pre-ordered the game late 2019 or early 2020 and expected to play the game in May. Now they have to wait for another year. A question I saw was, what gives us the guarantee that it will actually release in 2021? And this is a question I understand fully. I think the majority of people need something to hold on to, something tangible, a promise that cannot be broken. One great move they did was to make the alpha accessible for players that have pre-ordered. This includes me as well. The current alpha will be playable for me and other alpha players in the week of the 24th of August. A major difference with the current alpha is that this one will not be under NDA. This means that we can stream it and make videos for it. And I think this is a good move. If it needs a ton of work, we can experience it ourselves by actually playing the game. And then we can share our experiences with you guys. So stay tuned for more New World gameplay on this channel. A quote that I have seen a lot under articles and tweets about this delay was by Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of Mario and Donkey Kong. And he stated, "A delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad." And let's end the video with that, shall we? Thanks for watching and I hope to see you all at the next one. Peace.